Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Today, hopefully you guys are signed in, and if you're not, please do so. I'll type that in the chat window in just a moment. In fact, let me do that for you now. Copy, paste in the chat window. And some of you are saying, chat window? What chat window? How do I get to the chat window? So if you are at weekly webinars and you're looking at our presentation here, you can click on the YouTube in the bottom right corner. When you do, YouTube will pop open, and on the right-hand panel will be the chat. It by default goes to top chat. You want to make it live chat so you can see all comments. And see how it's blurry? If we want to make that clear so we can actually see the information, click that settings gear in the bottom right, go to quality and make it 720. And then it will be crystal clear for you to watch. Uh-oh, what did I do? I took the wrong one. Sorry about that, guys. Here we go. So today, Gail and I are going to teach you about collaboration and communication within technology. So Gail is pretty much going to teach you today. So
hi.
Good afternoon. And I'm going to pass it on over to Gail. I'm just going to move that so I can watch. There you go.
I am going to put a quick link to the slideshow in there just so that they can click on the links if they want to get there easily. So yeah. This is the presentation, ready for you guys to open up if you like. That way, as we talk through some of the tools, you can hop on in there by clicking directly on the links. So if you want to have that open in a separate tab, go ahead and do that. Okay. And then if you want to give a quick shout out on the side there and let us know you're with us, and then you can call out some names. I don't know. But let us know you're there with us. You can hear us.
Stacy gets to participate this time. Good job.
Oh, she's back.
She's back.
That's right. She was a good chatter last time.
Oh, good.
Okay, so our first tool today that we're going to talk about is within the Google Apps. So we're going to use Google Docs and Slides and talk about some collaboration features there, and then also talk about a quick tip on creating groups in Google Classroom. So we created this so you guys could play along with us today also. So, are you ready? There's a link in the PowerPoint, or the slide, Google slide, to click on here, or you can type it in if you want. Make sure that you type the right case sensitive in there. And that's going to open up a Google Doc. So what we want to talk about is some of the collaboration features in Docs. Some of you, this is probably something you know really well and you use it all the time, and that's great. And so quick refresher, share out if you want on the comments how you might use it or how you used it. And Melissa and Nikki and Jacqueline, welcome. Okay, so if you were just joining us, you're going to hop onto this link right here, which will open up a Google Doc. And I'm going to give everyone a minute to do that while I talk through it. In the Google Doc, you'll see some things to type in, your name, your role, and your favorite thing about your job. So if you would go ahead and go in there, we can look at how people work together within a Google Doc. So I'm going to slip over there, and let's see if we have any participation. And yay, we have people. Yay! So one of the quick, easy ways to know that you're working on a doc with other people is the right corner here. It lets you know who's in the doc working. You can also see the different colors on the screen as people are typing in their different pieces of information. So thank you guys for playing along. Melissa says, my team, we love you too. Yay! All right, so this is one way that you can work together with your team. If you're doing lesson planning, you can both, we all know we work from home, unfortunately, so you can be sitting on your couch nice and comfortable and be typing and working together in the comfort of your home. Or we have kids working on docs together, typing in essays.
Stacy's fled the fifth.
So that's one way you can see it works pretty nicely. The other cool thing is the version history. So if you click at the top there, you can see who's been in your document. We had this document open earlier today, so you can see some of the different times. And also the nice thing is you can go back to any of those revision histories and turn it into its own copy. So let's say I want to go back to the original that Melissa created yesterday, and I want to go ahead and name it I can name the version and say original, or I can make a brand new copy of that version. And that way I can start over from scratch again if I want to. Super helpful in the classroom when you want to see what kids have been working on.
People are trying to get to the link and they can't get there, so I'm going to chat it as I'm working on it. For those of you trying to get there and can't, there is the link for you.
Thank you. Yeah, so real quick, easy way to communicate and collaborate. Like I said, if you're in the classroom, you can see what kids are doing and go back and make sure that if it was a group project, you actually have multiple people working in that document and posting at the same time. Any other things? This works with slides and docs and sheets. Everybody can communicate and collaborate together within any of those Google tools.
Yes.
Okay, thank you guys for playing along and hopping into the doc. I'm going to move on. We're packed full of a bunch of stuff today that we're going to kind of power session through.
Or Erica, she just figured out how to get on. She's typing away. So is Nikki. We'll come back to it.
Yep, I'll pull it back up at the end.
There you
see
go.
If we can have some more communication tools. I did share out so she's talking about being on slides, not the docs. I did share out the slideshow, and then you shared out the doc.
Okay.
So there's two things out there.
Gotcha.
The slideshow that I'm presenting off of, and then the doc that everyone is collaborating on right now.
Yes. So there's two.
Two things.
The presentation is for slideshow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so that's collaboration in docs and slides. So let's hop over to our presentation again. The next thing we're going to talk about is Google Classroom. So this is kind of a workaround because Google Classroom hasn't created a groups tool yet, so to say. So I'm going to show you one way, if you do use a Google Classroom, how to create groups within your class. So I'm pulling up one of the PD Google sites or Google Classrooms I use, and I'm just going to show you how to create an assignment and make it a group. So we create assignments in classwork, and then we add our create. We're going to make it an assignment. This morning I used the black hole because that's a hot topic right now with the whole first black hole was seen or something like that. Yeah. So let's say that.
See, and I'd be talking about Notre Dame.
Yeah,
that's like breaking my heart right now that it burnt down. But a whole bunch of people are going to rebuild it.
Yes. So basically, let's say you're teaching science and you're on the space unit and you want to assign one group to black holes, right? That one group is going to work on and collaborate and communicate black holes. So normally when you assign something, you just leave the default, which is all students. So everybody in the class gets that assignment. What you do to create the group is we're going to take off all students. And we're just going to change this. By the way, these are a bunch of adults, not children's names in here.
Good. That's a good thing.
So we're just going to pick these first four. And I'm going to go ahead and assign it to them. So when I assign it to those 4 students, those are the only students in the class that are going to see what I put in here. So I'm going to say, have a group discussion about what you might like to research. Once I assign that, they're going to use that chat feature in their assignment.
Did you actually click assign?
I did.
You did. Those 4 people just got emails.
Okay. I'll touch base.
Okay.
I deleted the one earlier today too.
Okay.
They're getting another one right now.
So they're aware.
Yeah. So basically when they go in here, they have the little chat option at the bottom. And so when these 4 people talk back and forth to plan out their project, they're the only ones seeing it, and you, the teacher. So what I used to do with literature circles was assign the different books, and then one person was the blogger. And so this is where they did their blogging.
Neat.
It's really cool to see kids like answering novel questions at home at night.
Yeah.
Like thinking through, and they're actually thinking about it.
Yeah.
So that's just a real quick tip if you want to create groups in Google Classroom. I'm going to go ahead and
delete that now before they all go, what? I'm getting homework.
I haven't gotten an email yet. So.
Okay.
All right. So those are our first 2 tools, which are the Collaborate in Google Apps. let's go back to our presentation. This is the one that I shared out first when we first got in here, only because this way you can collect or click directly on the links without having to go out.
Yes.
All right, ready for the next one?
Yep.
Flipgrid.
Yay!
So Flipgrid is really hot right now.
Yes.
You see it all over Twitter. Lots of teachers are using it. And so my big goal is to reach out more to like admin for faculty and staff trainings to get people to reflect through video version.
Okay.
So I've seen a handful of people doing it in PD. So if you're out there and you're a specialist or you know that you have groups of people you train regularly, this is one thing that you can use to collect feedback or have people reflect on what they learned. So essentially, it's a social learning platform where they can go and post responses, answer questions, whatever you'd like them to share. So I'm going to ask you guys to play along again. Are you ready?
We're ready.
Okay.
I already posted the link in the chat window form.
Okay, good. So I don't know if this is going to take them directly to it.
It does. Look.
Okay, perfect. So get rid of my video. No, I'm kidding.
You're so cute, though.
So if you click on the link that Melissa just shared, that's going to take you to the student version of the Flipgrid, right? So it'll look something like, well, actually, I'm going to take the code and put it in. You can share the link directly, or I'm going live in Flipgrid, okay? Don't want to make you dizzy switching screens. Or maybe not. Where did it? Oh, that's the hangout. Okay, here we go. Basically, flipgrid.com, you put your code in, and it's going to take you directly to the Flipgrid. The nice thing is they don't zoom. Get rid of that. The nice thing is that it makes you too big. The nice thing is that they don't have to actually log in. They can just go right into their Flipgrid. They record their responses, and then that's it. So from you guys, if anyone out there is willing to play, all right,
she's going to make me play. I have this feeling.
If you tap the record, the question is, what are some ways that you can get students or teachers to collaborate and communicate digitally? So if you want to share out your recording, we'll come back to that in a few minutes after people maybe get a chance to play around with it.
See, I can't record because we're here.
That's true.
It wouldn't work.
Oh, shucks. That's why someone out there, if you guys could play around, that would be cool. See if we get another listing today. So yeah, you just click tap to record. It's going to pull up, well, log in with Google. It's going to pull up, and then you can go ahead and record your answer. All right. And then I'm going to show you the teacher end of it. So what it looks like to create a Flipgrid and some of the other features you have as a teacher, right? Safety and that kind of thing. So by student version, back to my teacher version. All right. So as a person creating the grid, this is what your home screen looks like. So one from when I was in the classroom, and then here's one with PD trainings. The grid is like your classroom, right? Or your group of people, so your community. So I'm going to click here. And then that shows you all of my topics that I've created. So right now it's just this one down here that's actually active. And this is one I made today just for fun. So we'll do another one of those so you can see what it looks like to make it. So if I'm going to make it, I'm going to click New Topic. I'm just going to do Weekend Fun. And I'm going to go, what was one high and one low from your weekend? And just quickly, a backstory of this, my daughter's in first grade. And apparently on the Mondays now with the social emotional learning curriculum, they come in and they share out the term as a high and a low. So this is one way that you could get kids to share out their highs and lows, not having to actually like say it out in front of your whole class, but they can go in the corner and they can record their Flipgrid responses. So once you type in your topic, you type your question, you can decide how long you want to give them to record. A minute and 30 seconds is long, but hey, if they feel like talking. The other thing is that you have these options like video moderation. If I'm in middle school, this might be something I'm using because what it's going to do is it's going to prompt me as the teacher to review the video before I actually post it.
Oh, yes.
You know, until you know, until you've built a good
moderate.
culture and community in your classroom and they know the consequences of not posting correctly.
There are several classrooms out there that do not need the moderator on.
They don't.
Especially at this time of the year.
Yeah.
But in the beginning of the year, for sure have that bad boy
until they learn and show that they understand how to use technology correctly. So you have that option. You also have the attachment option. So like, let's say I post an article and I want kids to read the article and then respond to it, reflect on something. They can do that. You can change it from public. I have it out there as public for you guys, or private, which is good for your classroom. And you can even let the kids add stickers and drawings to their selfies and pictures. As I saw your literature one. Yeah, post it on there. You can let them react to videos if you want to.
You know what I found the other day? I was looking for a book and I did a Google search and it came up on YouTube. And so it actually read the book to me on YouTube. It was just an audio file. That would be cool for this.
Yeah. So you create your topic and then you share out your code. Or like Melissa put the whole link to the flip code in there. You could do it that way too, and it takes them directly to it. So that's how you create it on the back end. Should we see if anybody posted anything?
Let's see.
Let's see.
Let's see. No. Oh,
no. Okay.
Unless I have to refresh. No. One amazing response.
I see one amazing response. Okay.
Yep.
Well, if you want to go ahead and play around with that, the good thing is the Flipgrid is open. So if you want to try recording a response at a later date, you know, you feel like you're ready to jump into some Flipgrid, you can always come back in here and try out recording. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen this used a lot.
Yeah.
And teachers are excited about it, and the kids are too.
The kids love it. Oh, so I saw these really cool pods. Like Flipgrid makes a pod that it looks like a little pop-up changing room. Oh. So that you put in the corner of the room. And I saw a teacher put like a little blanket and a desk with a Chromebook inside, and that's where they can record, so it's quiet.
Oh, cute.
And then it literally just folds up, and you just put it in the corner. So
that's cool.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of neat. If you look at it.
Ruth Duran wanted to do that also for, I think actually Melody maybe, we had VPK students recording their voices for the iPads.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
So same kind of concept.
Yeah, because when you're in a whole classroom, it's really hard to
It is. The noise travels.
And you're not allowed to send them in the hall to record.
Yeah.
So it was like, I think it was like $20 for a little pop-up changing room.
Well, you could just take a box and cut off two of the sides. And
that's like a refrigerator box.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you can't fold it up.
I just got one from my.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right. So that is Flipgrid in a nutshell. And then at the end, when you guys fill out the evaluation, if you want one of us to come out and help you or assist you with it, let us know and we can give you some more detailed information or work you through setting up your own. Because I know this is a really quick, just fast overview. Okay. Ready for the next one? All right. So Screencastify. So you talk to different people. Like every time I talk to JD, he gives me a different name of something he uses. Everybody uses their own kind of screencast tool. This just happens to be on my radar right now.
Mine too.
Yep. And it's super simple and it's integrated with Chrome.
And it's got a 10-minute time limit, so the kids can't talk for hours, which they will if you let them, they will.
So it's going to capture your screen, your video. You don't even have to use voice if you don't want to. You don't even need a camera. You can just take a picture of your screen.
Yep.
And then it lives in Chrome. So I'm going to show you how that works. So I'm not going in detail into how to go into a Chrome store. That's not today. But go into the Chrome store and you search up Screencastify. And then here's your you can see my collection of.
It's a Chrome extension, but you can just Google Screencastify and it'll pop up.
So you make it your extension on your screen. I'm going to show you how easy this is. Like, let's say I wanted to record this presentation right now. If I click here, it pops down a pop-up menu, lets me decide which option I want. If I want to use the webcam only, just record myself. If I want to do the desktop only, gives you the microphone. Make sure you have the little green lines moving. That way you know that sound is happening. And then there's some other features in here too. I just don't want to kick myself out of the.
Yes.
So I'm not actually going to click record, but just so you understand, it pops it down real quick, easy. Click record. It records. It automatically saves it.
So it can do record your entire screen and you at the same time. So basically you'd have that picture in picture
at the corner.
Where you would be in the bottom corner or wherever you drag yourself. And then the whole screen would be being recorded so that you could give instruction to your students in terms of what you want them to accomplish or do or what have you.
Whenever I was out and I had a sub, this is what I did. I just recorded myself teaching the lesson, gave them the assignment, and the sub didn't have to, I wasn't afraid of something squirrely going on in there.
And every time I teach this, I say, what better way for your students to prove that they've mastered a skill than to teach other people using or teach no one, but just record themselves teaching whatever it is that they've just learned.
Right. So I'm going to show you the next really cool thing with this. This is brand new, is it now embeds into Google Slides. So, so this is really cool. This is actually how I did this. All right, so you have the extension. That's at the top bar. The extensions are the ones that work kind of within Chrome itself as a whole. Then you have the add-ons. So extensions, add-ons. Add-ons go with only one specific tool. So if you look at the add-ons in Slides, you can only pick from a select few which pop up like this.
Screencastify for Slides.
Screencastify for Slides, yeah. So watch this. So you record your Screencastify. You go to add-ons. I already put mine in. So I click here. It's going to pop up all the Screencastifys I made on the right side. And then you can embed it directly into your slide.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So now you don't necessarily need the add-on. It does make it easier. But what happens when you finish Screencastify, it automatically saves that video to your Google Drive.
Or YouTube.
Oh,
and then
I didn't know YouTube.
You pull the YouTube in from the insert video.
That works. So you don't necessarily need the add-on, but I'm sure it looks like it makes it much easier.
It's so easy. So literally, if I clicked on, I did one recently on how to make QR code scavenger hunts. There it is. Embed it right in, and it's there to play.
Nice.
And so,
I like, do you see the picture-in-picture, how she's got her little head in there?
Right.
Perfect.
So you can choose that. And this one here, all I did here was I was just showing teachers how to get to where you can change the, you can do a word cap on forms. So you use a little highlighter tool, and all I did was just show where to go. So you don't even need your voice, or you don't need a camera to do that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So that is.
For those of you that are afraid to record your voice, I know we're all out there.
Yeah. We're there. We all feel the same way. No matter what.
I made my husband do a recording for me. He was Charlie Brown. Yep.
Yeah.
He made his voice sound all funny like Charlie Brown, and he recorded for me.
Yeah. So you get more comfortable, a little bit more comfortable as you go with recording, I think. Okay. So that is Screencastify.
What were they supposed to respond to on the Flipgrid?
Okay, so in the Flipgrid, there's a question that says, right here is your question. What are some ways you get students or teachers to collaborate and communicate digitally?
There you go.
Yep. So the question will pop up at the top of your Flipgrid. Should look like this. Maybe it looks different on their end.
No, I think I think right off the bat you pop up your video.
Yeah.
So you X out that video, and then you can see this part
and add other people's.
Yeah. And
you can make the kids' videos private. So if you did want to do that high-low and you didn't want to have everybody see everybody's highs and lows, you could make it so that they can't see the
And especially if you make it so that you're the moderator, no one's going to see it till you've actually watched it.
And you can also add other moderators. You can edit and add the Flipgrid. So if you have someone you co-teach with or.
Gotcha. Okay, run out of time.
All right.
Move on.
We only have one more tool left. We're going to make it.
Okay.
Okay. Last tool, Padlet. I think a lot of people are familiar with Padlet. It's around, I know JD, when he did the one with you.
The Blender?
The Blender one, he had a Padlet. Okay. And he was collecting like response and feedback and questions. So I just put, again, some ways you can use it. It's a digital bulletin board. You'll see that it can act as sticky notes, or today we're going to do images. You share, it could be a digital resource center. So I know you were talking about the
the Universal Design of Learning, the presenters there used it as their digital bulletin
store
board.
All their resources.
All their resources were there.
You can showcase student work, so they can take pictures of their work and post it, or they can write up a paragraph telling a story. Entrance exit tickets are another great way to use it. Book discussions. I once had each kid create their own Padlet, and that was their reading log for the year. So they just went in and added a Padlet added a comment to their Padlet. Or gathering feedback. So at the end of your presentations, or if you're doing an APD, working with teachers, and you want some feedback, another quick, easy way to do that And you can share it out either with a link right here. Should I put that link in there?
Oh, I put the link in
you did,
for
okay.
Padlet in there already.
Okay, so there's
Yep,
the Padlet
I'm
link.
one step ahead of you, girl.
Awesome. See, it's so much better when we're together.
Yeah, I know. I know. We do well.
And then, or it'll give you, when you go to create your Padlet, it'll give you a QR code. So you could do either way to get kids to, or anybody really, to view the Padlet. So if you're on the Padlet, you'll see we're having fun today. So you're going to put a meme of how you're feeling today, a teacher meme or whatever you think might work for you. The great thing about Padlet is once you click the plus sign, it gives you your little wall sticky note. Now they have this feature where you go directly into searching the web. So I'm going to do my little Google search. I'm going to type in PD, teacher PD meme. How do we feel today about sitting for professional development?
So, but mine did the link. It didn't do.
Not like
How
this?
do I make it delete my comment?
Did you use the
Okay. I did the link.
Okay.
Somebody's got it.
That's
Teachers
me.
sitting through PD be like.
Yeah. And you can move them around. You should be able to move them around as people start to post if they go on top of each other. So when you go to post, use the little internet search right there.
Gotcha. So can you, I didn't do it that way. I clicked the add comment and posted the link, and that's not.
I'll show again.
Yeah.
When
I wasn't looking. I'm sorry. I was finding my fun
we want to try not to make anybody have to go anywhere extra. So if you just click that little web search icon where it says Google, it links you right to the internet, and you can do a search for videos or GIFs or whatever it is you're looking for. So if anyone else wants to post in there, you can go ahead and have some fun.
Now, these are not copyright free, obviously, because we have Homer Simpson and we have like the Teletubbies and all sorts of things.
That is a good point. Yeah.
Just so we know if you're going to use this for other things.
Is that you?
That's me.
All right. Yeah.
Love Michelle Tanner. Then they grew up.
Yeah. So yes, there's the different things you can use a Padlet, you know, as a reflection tool or exit tickets, entrance tickets. I also like some of the new features now. They can go and rate each other's work, give each other stars, or sometimes I posted a rubric and let them grade each other on their responses in there. So lots of things you can do with Padlet.
Had to add that one too.
It's like one of my favorites.
I know.
When I'm excited about something. Oh,
yes.
All right. We're having way too much fun here. Sorry.
Okay. Oh, wait. There's one on the bottom.
My face after I give instructions.
But I
someone
can't
asks
see the
what
face.
to do. Scroll down. Scroll down.
It won't let me move it.
No.
Oh, scroll. Oh, okay.
Your Padlet wall is pretty much a huge wall once a
someone
bunch
asked
of people
what
start
to do.
posting.
I was trying to actually move it up.
Oh. I can only do that.
Gotcha.
As the moderator of it, I can move the tiles around.
Gotcha.
You can also change how you order your tiles. It can be like sequential order, or it can be anywhere you want to place it. I will preface, or I guess not preface because we're almost done, but end this with saying Padlet used to be, you could post as many Padlets as you want. And so now I think it's only 3.
Oh.
But the good thing is you just go delete.
Yeah.
Like clear the one that you made, clear the responses, and then repost it with a different question or edit it. Because it's not free unlimited.
So when Padlet first came out, the way that I was taught Padlet was you're in a classroom, you ask a question. How many answers do you actually get from students?
Right.
Just
not a lot.
I mean, you don't have time to go to every single kid in your class.
And then there's shy ones that never want to respond.
Exactly. So if you post the same question on a Padlet, all of your students can respond, and it takes the same amount of time as one kid verbally answering.
Right. And I think that also goes for Flipgrid.
Yes.
They get excited. It's a different way to share. Not everybody, you don't feel embarrassed.
Yep.
So yeah.
Cool.
All right. That was a lot of stuff in a very short amount of time.
Yep.
So
in a minute or less, tell them the homework.
Anything we talked about today. So if you make a Flipgrid, share our picture with us. If you did a Padlet, put that on there. If you collaborated, take a picture of all the people in your document, or take a picture of the different colors of people working in your document, something like that. And then post that for your homework.
Your homework is all due May 25th. I know that's coming quick. We have, what's next? Do you know? Next
Yep.
is, oh, look at you.
I put it on there.
Yay.
I'm
So
learning.
April 30th. So we're skipping a week because next week, the 23rd, I have to train at the elementary divisional meeting, and it's at the Norton. So there's no way I can possibly present from that. So we're going to skip next week. And so you have a week off. April 30th is the next one. It's Discovery Education's SOS strategies, which are applicable to every grade level and every subject. They're phenomenal tools, and I highly encourage you to join us for them. And if you could please, I'm going to go and copy that link for you. Complete that PD or the EdTech evaluation again. And again, I know I'm repetitious. If you want Gail or I to come to your classroom to help you, say that, yes, you want more feedback or more help. Yeah. If you just want more trainings, please say no. We do have to, or not, we're supposed to respond to everyone that says, yes, I want more help. So
yeah, if you want something specific with Flipgrid or Padlet or anything we talked about today.
Yeah, I'm a little behind on mine, but I'll catch up. And I think that's all for today.
All right. We'll hang out for just a minute if you have any more questions.
Thank you all for coming. I hope you enjoyed it.